Thousands of tons of aid are waiting on Egypt's border with Gaza as conditions for Palestinians worsen by the hour. Just across the frontier, in the city of Rafah and across the Gaza Strip, civilians continue to pay the price for Hamas's attack on Israel and the Israeli military's response. Egypt, for now, is not allowing Palestinians to cross the border to escape Gaza into the relative safety of Egypt's Sinai Peninsula.
Transferring Palestinian citizens from the Gaza Strip to Sinai very simply means that we are transferring the idea of resistance, the idea of fighting from the Gaza Strip to Sinai, and thus Sinai becomes a base for launching operations against Israel.
Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians fled their lands in past conflicts with Israel. Many have never been allowed to return. Egypt and much of the Arab world fears the consequences of Palestinians once again fleeing Gaza, says analyst Chris Doyle of the Council for Arab-British Understanding.
It does not want to land up hosting hundreds of thousands of Palestinian civilians in the Sinai in a tented city, with really quite a clear agenda, certainly on the Israeli right, that becomes the permanent solution. That Palestinians and Egyptians are aware of this, are fearful that what happened to them in 1948 and 1967, when they fled in fear or were kicked out, will happen to them again. They're talking about a second Nakba, a catastrophe.
As in many cities across the Arab world, Egyptians have taken to the streets to denounce Israel's bombardment of Gaza.
We're seeing a lot of anger right now, in Egypt about what's going on. So they'll be wary of being seen to be somehow supporting Israeli actions at this moment, even though in private they are very critical of Hamas as well.
Egypt's president seized power in a 2013 military coup, ousting the democratically elected Muslim Brotherhood government.
Let's not forget that Hamas is an offshoot of the Muslim Brotherhood. And the more we see death among civilians, Palestinian civilians, the more people will go probably to the street, and it can really inflame the political situation in Egypt. And that's why it's actually the Egyptian interest to mediate a ceasefire and mediate quickly.
While Egypt has dialogue with Hamas, it is also able to talk to Israel.
Strategically, there is great understanding between Israel and Egypt over the last 10, 11 years. And the other side, for Israel, is a convenient neighbor. Because what is the alternative? The Muslim Brotherhood? This is definitely not something that Israel would like.
For now, analysts say Israel does not appear ready for mediation from any regional power, as it seeks the eradication of Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Henry Ridgwell, VOA News, London.